Hello, I'm Yuroto, and this is Thomas Was Alone. So I have played this game before, but we're gonna start a new game, and see how it goes. I really enjoyed this game. I played another game like it, or because I liked this game recently. Alright.
Thomas was alone. Wow. A weird first thought to have.
But yeah, I played another game like this because I liked this game, so there's just so much to it that I just really enjoy. Yeah, it starts off pretty easy. You're just progressing through the levels. I really enjoyed the music and how the art style, so I'll probably not talk too much, just so that it can be enjoyed by whoever's watching this. But, yeah. Hopefully I don't suck too much.
Thomas decided to start listing his observations for posterity. 1. The whole alone thing. 2. Portals. They led somewhere. He'd yet to work out where. 3. Falling. Thomas was absolutely fantastic at falling. He was almost as good at falling as he was at observing.
I love the light angles. They just follow you through everything perfectly.
Okay, interesting. Thomas couldn't fall past this block. Think, damn it, think! What if there was some kind of inverted fall? Some way to... what's the word? Jump. A big jump. But Thomas noted there was no real danger in missing it. The world didn't want him to fail here. It was pushing him, but gently. This all seemed a little dangerous. The world was not to be trusted. It was unstable, and it seemed to Thomas that it could let him down at any moment. He was starting to suspect.
Oops. Starting to suspect he had purpose.
Thomas wondered whether the portals were actually taking him anywhere. He felt like he was making progress, but there wasn't really any way to know. He seemed to be moving predominantly up and to the right, which might, or might not, be important.
I'll just wait for the talking to end before I finish the levels. I got an achievement.
It might have been paranoia again, but Thomas could have sworn the world was becoming more complicated. It always seemed to be one step ahead of his skills. It had been designed just for him. He wondered why. Was the world testing him? No. Too obvious. Something about the boiling, toxic, glowing water intimidated Thomas. He didn't like it. He certainly didn't want to swim in it. He made another mental note. 4. Water. Not good. To be avoided.
But how do you know? That's how you know.
The loneliness was getting to Thomas. No amount of observation or obsessive note-taking could combat that. new theory. The world was training him. He could feel himself getting smarter. There was the mental list to consider. Over the minutes and seconds since his spontaneous generation, he'd become a pretty skilled jumper. He was evolving. He just wished he had someone to share it with.
I'm not sure if cute's the right word, but something about this game I enjoy a lot. There we go.
Chris took an immediate and deep dislike to the skinny red rectangle. Who the hell did this Thomas think he was? Chris had been doing fine. He wasn't the highest jumper, but he'd held his own. He'd even been graceful at times. Well, not technically graceful, it's probably the wrong word, but you know, fine. There was that skinny little runt leaping about like he owned the place.
That sounds kind of fun, I guess. Let's switch characters. Let's do this. Come on, Thomas. Let's go save our little friend. Peaceful game.
Okay, this was more like it. A glowy white thing. Only Chris could get to it, which of course made it all the more enticing. What would it do? What new opportunity might this switch open up to him? Great. Another chance for Thomas to jump slightly higher than Chris. How fortunate. Seriously, this made the whole switch pressing thing entirely worthwhile.
Can't jump with the one on top.
Was this good? Because on the surface, it did not seem good. Chris was pretty scared. Little Red seemed fine, happy to be on his merry little adventure. Chris couldn't shake the feeling that things had taken a significant turn for the worse since Thomas had joined him. Sure, he'd been able to piggyback his way to ever so slightly higher platforms, but where had that got him? Well, to ever so slightly higher platforms, which was sort of his point.
Oh man, it's embarrassing. There we go. Overshot that. Undershot that, okay.
Chris stared at Thomas with pure hatred. He seemed so very happy at their situation. Friends together, a brave fellowship of quadrilaterals on a quest for greatness. That would be fine. But it was all the obvious observation that Thomas was doing which grated. Every time they saw something vaguely new, Chris would hear a satisfied little from the vaulting idiot. He hoped the next portal would split them up, if only for a few levels.
It has been a while since I played this, though. I don't really remember the ways to finish it. Oh. Can I make this shot? Is that Thomas? I hope so. I don't think I can make it without Thomas. Should have waited. How do I restart the level? I guess I'll have to make it? Okay. I guess I was just being terrible before. Oops. I'll have to go grab Thomas again now.
John knew. He knew that this was his chance. A moment to shine. This was game day.
There we go.
This would not do. John needed room to show off his exceptional skills. As it was, he was trapped on the wrong side of these little dot things. Where did they come from, anyway?
There we go.
John inhaled the air of the open space, and it smelled of awesome. Time to flex those muscles, to put his training to use, time to show those little dots how it was done.
Oops.
John decided to press the switch, to let the little dots catch up with him. John cared for his new allies.
John's so much nicer
You
than
could
Chris is.
tell from the sympathetic expression he practiced in the mirror all these years.
Oh, yeah. Let's get them all there together. It'll be fun. And we fall. Oh, I can catch him? And they bounce on each other. Oh, looks like the orange guy falls slower than the other guys do. Look at that, you can land on that little ledge there. Somehow, I did it the first time. Can't do it again. unlock the blue person next.
John was happy to keep helping. He felt it was important to his image that he was seen to help the little guys.
I might need to do this part. Like that, maybe? Oops. It's alright. Thomas is good at what he does. Oh, even Thomas can make that jump. Let's go do this. I hope you can hear my dogs. That'd be a bummer. I can definitely hear them. They're pretty loud. Let's see. Usually, at least that. Usually.
He didn't mind them so much either. The red one, Thomas, had a charming way of applauding every time John jumped.
Oh, nuts. Oh, man.
The angry orange one was less immediately likeable, but his unremitting cynicism and tutting amused John.
Oh, Chris. You terrible little orange cube. Let's see, 1.10. I'll make this this will be like the last one. I don't really know how long I've been playing.
A floating target. This would require coordination, balance, and timing. John was sure the dots would be lost, but he was happy to guide them to triumph.
John sounds kind of conceited.
Maybe that's what the dots were for. They were there to extend John's reach, to make his performance even more impressive. John liked the thought. He decided to keep them.
Sometimes you just gotta walk off a ledge and don't jump. Not really timing, I just have to do him last. Oh, this will be good. This will be the start of the next part. So there you go, 2.1.
So, this was how Claire would die. She knew it would happen eventually.
Here's Claire,
She
the
was
big blue sad
Rubbish at
cube.
jumping, and she moved slowly. She felt a little like Her continued existence was breaking some kind of natural order. The crumbling pillar was a dramatic death, she supposed. Wait, what? Claire couldn't shake the feeling that she was not, in fact, dead. It was at that moment that Claire realised she had superpowers.
Alright, there you go. You unlock Claire at 2.1, and I'm gonna call this good for this video. Yeah, if you want to try a game, don't want to pay for it, I'll try it. I love trying new games, and I don't think any game is really a bad game necessarily. So if you want me to try out a game so you don't have to, leave a comment, whatever game it is. Just don't have it be like some really expensive Game of the Year edition or something, because that's, not really my targeted price range. Yeah. See ya.